My name is Amy Syrian, and I work for the Nebraska Attorney General's Office as the Domestic Abuse Death Review Team Coordinator. In 2020 and 2021, Haley Christensen and Brooke Koch were murdered by their partners in Nebraska. In the wake of their deaths, their families advocated for the passage of the Domestic Abuse Death Review Act. This act created the Domestic Abuse Death Review Team. Family members testified before the Judiciary Committee of the Nebraska Legislature and collaborated with Senator Tom Brandt, the Nebraska Coalition to End Sexual and Domestic Violence, and other key partners. The act went into effect on July 21, 2022. The people serving on the multidisciplinary team include survivors, law enforcement, healthcare professionals, prosecutors, advocates, and many more. Through case reviews conducted by the team, it's been found that many victims and perpetrators experienced violence or unhealthy relationships in childhood. Early perpetrator behaviors included physical violence, stalking, and other criminal conduct. Witnessing domestic violence and having a lack of positive role models are common risk factors in both perpetrators and victims. The team believes that youth-focused prevention and healthy relationship education could address these risk factors. Domestic violence has devastating impacts on children in Nebraska. Between July 2022 and July 2025, 7 children were killed in domestic abuse homicides. 16 children witnessed the killing of a parent or a step-parent. 49 children lost a parent to domestic violence. We found that 20% of perpetrators had abused a child, and 30% had been abusive children. Many cases that we reviewed had never been reported to law enforcement or CPS. Compared to recent years, 2025 domestic abuse deaths are similar in number to previous years. What makes 2025 unique is that many of these deaths occurred in rapid succession at the beginning of the year. Some of these factors contributing to these deaths are economic strain, including the lack of affordable housing or childcare, and limited exposure to healthy relationship models. The responsibility remains with perpetrators, but prevention and intervention are critical. Our team found some barriers for victims seeking safety and support, with the biggest obstacle being the lack of affordable housing and childcare. Survivors face the risk of returning to abuse, homelessness, and economic insecurity. There's a continued, ongoing need for statewide domestic violence training for law enforcement, judiciary, healthcare, and mental health sectors. Consistent screening for domestic violence, especially for postpartum mothers, is lacking. Strengthening collaboration and communication between agencies is vital. Due to federal funding cuts impacting staffing and survivor support, additional funding sources are needed. There are some practices in other states that may have positive impacts in Nebraska, such as the use of statewide lethality assessment models, implementing extreme risk protection orders, and adopting social-emotional learning programs in youth-serving organizations.